What's up, geeks and gamers? Mizzix here from Archives Media, and today we are going over the top 5 games that made a comeback. Unfortunately, gaming has become much more corporate than it used to be. Gaming companies stopped caring about the gameplay experience and started to care more about profit. Games that launch with no content or are too glitchy to even play have become way too common. 10 years ago, game developers couldn't just patch in more content or patch out huge bugs of the game. A substantial number of gamers didn't have regular access to high-speed internet. Today, almost everyone has access to high-speed internet, so it's reasonable to expect anyone to be able to download updates. Today, we are going over the top 5 games that made a comeback from one of these horrible launches. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Sea of Thieves. I was playing Sea of Thieves the night it came out, and the few hours I played was some of the most fun I had had in a long time. While playing that night with my friends, we completed quests from every faction, beat a skeleton fort, and even fought the Kraken and won. It was an amazing gaming session that I still remember to this day. When I logged in the next day, there was nothing new to do. I had done everything there was all in one night. I had enjoyed all the content in the game. All I had left to do was buy all the cosmetics and grind to the max level. To make things worse, this game was priced at $60, so I had expected a full game worth of content. If this was an arcade game that had costed $20 or $30, I would have been satisfied. But after the first night, there was just nothing to do. I know I'm not the only one who felt this way, and this game received a lot of criticism because there just wasn't anything to do. Number 4, GTA Online. Grand Theft Auto 5 broke sales records and in the process cemented itself in history as one of the most popular games of all time. But while the single player component for the game launched with little issue, the multiplayer mode fell apart quickly. As millions of players tried to get online, the game's servers were quickly overwhelmed. Many people couldn't log in, some couldn't even get into the character creation stage, and a few found issues with activities such as jobs and races. Rockstar did promise a virtual $500,000 stimulus package as an apology for the game's technical issues, but given that players had been waiting almost a month for GTA Online to get it together, not everyone was willing to let the company off the hook. I remember when I first played online, the first 2 days it came out, I made it all the way to level 17. When I had logged in the next day, my character was deleted and I had to start all over. This was rare and only happened to a few players, but I was so mad that it had to happen to me. Coming in at number 3 is going to be No Man's Sky. It all started about 2 weeks before the official release. A Reddit user was able to purchase a leaked copy of the game for the PlayStation 4 from eBay for roughly $1,250 and started posting various videos of their experience in the game. Other users also claimed to have leaked copies and began sharing their own gameplay videos. Some of these reports included negative elements about the game, including frequent crashes and a much shorter time to complete the game by reaching the center of the virtual galaxy than Hello Games had claimed, leading many fans to express concern and frustration that the game might not be as good as they anticipated. In response, Sean Murray from Hello Games asked fans waiting for the game to avoid these spoilers, stating, "We've spent years filling No Man's Sky with surprises. You've spent years waiting. Please don't spoil it for yourself." Of course, all the concerns that people had about the game were correct. There are spreadsheets full of missing features for No Man's Sky. There are hour-long videos talking about everything that was missing from the game. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Halo the Master Chief Collection. The Halo series has been a staple of the Xbox console ever since Microsoft unveiled the brand more than a decade ago. Most gamers have fond memories of these original Bungie games, and so they wanted to re-experience that nostalgia with the Halo Master Chief Collection. Unfortunately, players would have a hard time getting into multiplayer as the Master Chief Collection's matchmaking has been notoriously terrible. Consoles would turn themselves off because of how long it would take to find a match. Players were simply unable to get into matches, sometimes having to wait hours, and although there was a patch that followed the game's release, it took more than a dozen patches and 3 years to finally solve the problem once and for all. Coming in at number 1 is going to be Star Wars Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 was one of the most anticipated games in 2017. The EA Battlefront that had come out in 2015 was a fun game with great core mechanics. The only issue is that there wasn't a lot of content. Battlefront 2 was supposed to change that, and everyone was hyped. When the game released, it had a great story, unlike the original EA Battlefront that didn't have any story. Credit where credit is due, EA made a fun story mode. However, the multiplayer was a complete mess. The game had introduced a loot box system that could be paid for with real money. Now these boxes didn't just have cosmetics, and if they did, no one would really care, but they had ability cards and upgrades to those ability cards, so people would do more damage, their grenades would be on less of a cooldown, so they would really be getting a huge advantage if they paid for these loot boxes. I hope you enjoyed the video. All of these games since fixed the issues I discussed in the video. I recommend giving all of these games a try. They're all really fun, and that's why they're on this list, because they've made a comeback. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. It really does mean a lot. Maybe consider leaving a like and subscribing for more gaming guides and top 5s.